Happy Tuesday. I know everyone's anxiety is rising today, or maybe it's just me. Um, but I'm choosing to focus and control the things that I can control, and that is my health journey. And the work that I put into my business today. Things are running a little late for me, and Tuesdays are a really busy day. Of course, it's Business Tip Tuesday. But I got distracted this morning because last night on our Diamond call, we talk about, so once a month, we talk about the things that are working for us, the things that we're struggling with, the things that we'd like to be able to do different, our goals, and things like that. It's more like a brainstorming session for the Diamonds on the team, and then also just like planning for the events that are coming up, coach sneak peeks, and things like that, and how we can work together to be able to make these events and these groups that we have a really amazing thing. So I love that call. Now I am back in Atlantic Standard Time, so calls are later. So I feel your guys' pain about getting on some of these calls, but it's so important that we do. It's really important to be able to just like seek that community, and if you are looking for more than just some weight loss gains, we're looking for oxymoron, right? Weight loss gains. We're looking for community, for friends, and for love, and all these things that we find in these groups. Being on team call is really, really important. Being on national wake-up call, or even just watching the recordings for these things is really important. And myself, I get on them live because I have a hard time when I say, oh, I'll watch the recording, and then, 2 weeks pass and I'm behind and I didn't watch the recordings, or I didn't catch up on the podcasts, or whatever it is. I know if I don't get on live, I will fall behind. Anyways, that being said, my tip today was that last night we were talking on the call, and a girl mentioned that she started unfollowing bots. Or not just unfollowing bots, but removing followers. And so often we get caught up, myself included, get caught up in the mindset that number defines my success. That number of how many followers I have defines who I am. And that is not true. It does not define how successful your business is at all. Because I have, a decent number of followers. I've grown it over the last 4 years. And my engagement has been really low. Now everyone's engagement is low right now. Keep that in mind on social media. There's a lot of people who are off social media right now with the election and everything going on. People are avoiding the triggers that they're facing. But there are things we can do to help improve that. So for me, I decided to go through and find these bots that were following me. And I guess when you remove these followers, it helps for Instagram to see that you are legit and you care more about the content and the people that you're impacting than the number, or than having these bots following you. And apparently Instagram will be like, oh, bots follow her. A lot of bots follow her. That probably means she's down with the bots. And we don't want that. We're not down with the bots. I have in the past used different bots. And what I mean by bots, if you don't know what that means, it's like robots that will help to increase your following, help to increase your engagement, help to see who's following and unfollowing you, helps you to unauthentically gain in the Instagram world. That's essentially what a bot does. So like if you follow someone and you get an inbox like right away and it's like, thanks so much for the follow, it's a bot. So remove them, don't deal with them, because we don't want that kind of feeling in our community. That's not how we work. And I just wanted to remind you guys of that, because this morning, as I was going through and finding these bots, now it's a big job. Like, where your following might be a little lower, it's a great time to do it and chat with me. We can go about how the best way to go through them and what the tips are for it. But it was really like lethargic for me. It felt really good to do it because it showed me and reminded me that I didn't care about the number. Whether my following falls by 1,000 followers or 2,000 followers, or another girl on our call said she removed 4,000 followers. If that's what I have to do to increase my engagement, I'm going to do it. If I have to start fresh with only 1,000 followers or whatever, I'm going to do it because I'm going to have like 1,000 really strong, engaging followers who are seeing my content, who are liking my content, and who are following along on my story. Where right now, a good day is about 100, 150 views for me on my story, and that's not normal for me. And I have 5,000 plus followers. If I have 5,000 plus followers and I'm only getting the engagement of 100 people, something's not right for me. I'm either doing something wrong or I need to reevaluate where I'm putting my focus. And our focus is often always on adding more people to our party. How can I get more followers? How can I get more people to come to my page? How can I get more eyes on my content? When you have a good chunk of people already there who already know you and already have somewhat of a relationship with you, if you put your focus in on them and how you can help them, your engagement is going to naturally increase. So, I challenge you to shift your mindset this week from how many followers you have versus how many followers you want to how can I help the people who are already at my party? How can I help the people who are already following me? And how can I give them more? How can you just give them more, right? How can you serve them more? You are coming into this business because you want to help people. How can you help the people who are already here? That's it. And sometimes it takes you looking at those numbers and removing some people, removing the freaking creepers. Because I also notice there's a lot of creepers, whether they're robots or not. There's a lot of creepers, and it made me really uncomfortable as I was going through. And I didn't get a big chance to go through a lot. I did it for like an hour this morning, and I removed a couple hundred people. I know there's a lot more that has to go, but just seeing some of the creepers that were on there, I was just like, ew. Even if you are not a real person, it still made me feel so uncomfortable. So as much as we are often focusing on that number going up, I think it's really important to focus on the quality of those followers. And I thought that was totally crazy for a really long time until someone who I really respected mentioned it last night. And I was like, that makes sense. And seeing some other coaches who I follow who have the same amount of followers as me, and they have like shared different screenshots of their stories and things like that, and they had like 1,500 people watching their story. And I'm like, okay, she has the same amount of followers as me, but she's having 10 times the engagement. I need to do something. And even when sometimes Alexis shares some of her like screenshots and she has 4 times the amount of followers as me, she still isn't getting that much engagement right now either. So I think we all need to just kind of reevaluate the people who are coming in, the people who are following our page, and being okay with serving them and not always looking for new people. Of course we have to look for new people. That's why we have the tracker, and to take that time every day to look for new people, of course. But it's really important that we serve the people that we have and make sure that they're quality people. So if you go through the people that you're following as well and see, is there any bots that I'm following? Is there any accounts that look kind of sketchy that I don't want to be associated with, but for some reason I'm following, probably from like 5 years ago when you just started up on Instagram, or accounts that followed you so you thought you should follow them back, and then you come to find out they're like weird and sketchy foreign accounts. Unfollow them. It's not needed. Even if you go through and you see people who just aren't your jam, they're not your style, but you follow them because you're like, oh, well, they follow me, so I should follow them. And sometimes that works, guys, but a lot of the times you're just following them for a number, and it's not worth it, because you want to be able to see the people's content that is really like important for you, right? So unfollow them. Same thing goes with people who are following you. Go through them with the same mindset as you would as you are unfollowing. Be like, okay, here's the tips for if it's a bot. Are they following a significant amount of people and there's not that many people following them back? Is there no profile picture? And when you go to their page, they have no post. It's essentially like a ghost file. Unfollow those, okay? Remove follow. So you would go to your settings and you'd click remove follower. If you go to their page, you can just kind of tell, like, something's off. It's normally with the number of followers following, and it's normally with the display pics. If they only have a couple posts or they have no posts at all, it's probably a bot. Okay, so remove followers, and even if your number goes down significantly, say you lose like 100 followers by doing this, it's going to boost your engagement. It's going to help for more people to be able to see your content, and it's just going to feel a little less crowded on your feed. So that's my tip for today, is getting away from that number, not caring about the number, caring about the people. Biggest tip. And the same goes in your business, same goes with Success Club. These are not numbers, these are people. And we've come into this business to help people, not to have the most followers, not to, have this crazy glamorous life. Well, maybe you did, and if you did, that's fine. But just remember that we are here to help people, and the following and the followers and the likes and the comments and all of that stuff doesn't matter. What matters is that you're creating content that brings you joy and brings others joy, and that you are getting your voice out there to the people who need to hear it. So I hope you have an awesome day, happy Tuesday, and I hope that this tip helped you. Talk to you soon.